Welcome to this episode of My VA Disability Claim. Come on now, you know what we're doing. Today, we're talking about how to leverage statements, buddy statements, personal statements, lay statements, how to use these things to help you get to your approval, right? When you get an approval from the VA, you get compensation for the rest of your life. So yeah, we're trying to help you to accomplish that. So with every VA claim that you file, you see it right here. What you're saying is, I have a chronic disability that was caused by military service. Right? Every VA claim, that's the only reason they approve it, because they believe that you have a chronic disability that was caused by military service, right? So what do you have to prove? When you look at that sentence, you can break out three clear sections. I have to prove that I have a disability. I have to prove that the disability is chronic, right? When we say chronic, that means you've been suffering from this disability from separation and you continue to suffer from it. That's what a chronic disability is. And then number three, you have to prove that the disability was caused by military service. So how do you prove these things? You use evidence, right? What kind of evidence? Records or statements. Records meaning medical records. That's the main one, medical records. You also have police records, incident reports, right? Based on the condition that you're filing for and what led up to you having that disability, all right? So in terms of statements, you got three main types of statements. You got the personal statement, you have the buddy statement, and then you have the lay statement as well. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit more about each one of these specific statements. All right, so with the personal statement, this is your opportunity to just talk about your claim, talk about your disability, right? You use the VA form 21-4138 when you do a statement in support of claim. This is the personal statement. We recommend sending up a personal statement with every condition you file for, right? It may take a little extra time, but again, when you get that approval, that compensation will be with you for the rest of your life, right? So with the personal statement, what you're going to be talking about on there is either the disability or the chronicity of the disability, meaning how you've been suffering from it from the time you separated up until the time you're filing for that claim, or you're going to be talking about how it was caused by your military service, or you're going to be talking about all three of them. With the personal statement, you can talk about all three things on that statement, right? So that's the personal statement. Then you have the buddy statement. Buddy statement, a statement written by a buddy. By buddy, we mean someone who served with you, a fellow service member, right? So let's say you're filing for a disability because of some event that took place while you were in service, but you don't have medical records showing that the event took place. Use the buddy statement. Connect with your people. Use Facebook, whatever the case, right? To connect with those people, get them to write a statement, or you can write the statement, right? Once you guys agree on what happened, you can write the statement, get them to sign it. All right, you use that VA form 21-10, it's right up here. VA form 21-10210. Use this form for the buddy statement and also use this form for the lay statement as well. Make sure you put these things on the proper forms. That's why we have the form numbers up here for you, right? So with that lay statement, what this is post-separation statements from family, friends, co-workers, acquaintances, whatever the case. People who are attesting to the fact that these are your symptoms that you've been suffering from since you separated from the military, right? That's what these statements do. They describe your disability. And with every statement, what you're trying to explain is one of three things, or two of three things, or all three of the things. Number one is your disability. Talk about your symptoms, right? Not the diagnosis per se, the symptoms, the thing that you experience because of this disability, how it's affecting your work life, how it's affecting your ability to do daily activities, how it's affecting your ability to socialize, right? All these different impacts, you want to describe those things with these statements, right? With the personal statement in particular. And then with that lay statement, that's more so about, again, post-separation stuff. So that's more about the chronicity, showing that you've been dealing with this disability since separation and you continue to suffer from it. So you want to keep in mind, every sentence on either one of these statements is serving one of three purposes. It's either explaining your disability, or it's explaining the chronicity, or it's explaining how it was caused by military service. Every sentence, right? Let's keep it focused on these three goals, these three specific goals. Don't go too far off. Make sure we're focused on my disability, the chronicity, meaning I've been dealing with this since separation up until now, and that it was caused by military service, right? Again, regardless of what statement you use, or regardless of where you are when you use it, every statement is serving at least one of three purposes: to explain the disability, to explain the chronicity, or to explain that it was caused by service. We want you to keep it simple, right? In a lot of situations where folks lack that medical documentation, these statements are critical. When I was filing claims, folks from like the 70s, 80s, these statements are critical because in a lot of situations from 20 plus years ago, the medical documentation has been lost. You know, folks can't identify, can't secure it. So in those situations where you lack medical documentation, the statements, oh my goodness, they're so powerful. Even when you have medical documentation, still use a statement, right? But understand that you're never lost out to sea. If something happened and you have other people that witnessed it, use your statements. If something happened and you don't have anybody, you didn't tell anybody, still use your statements. You can also use behavior markers. We're not gonna go too deep though, all right? So again, you wanna use these statements to describe that in-service event. You wanna use them to describe the onset of the symptoms, how this disability affects your ability to work, your ability to socialize, and your ability to perform daily tasks. All right? Just to recap, we'll take it back to the beginning. Just to recap, with every VA claim you file, what you're saying is I have a chronic disability that was caused by military service. So that's what you have to prove. And knowing how to use these statements properly and effectively can help you to prove just that. They can help you with proving the disability. They can help you with proving the chronicity of that disability, and they can help you with proving that it was caused by military service. It's important to properly utilize these statements to get to your approval. That's the goal, baby. Hey, come on now. Learn the information. Talk to me. Use the information. Talk to me. And if you deem it to be valuable, don't be selfish. Share the information, right? Each one, teach one. Come on now. Have an incredible day, baby. You know we on over here.